Time now to talk property, thanks to our partners GJ Gardner. New Zealand's building and construction sector is preparing for one of its most significant shifts in decades, the move from joint and several liability to proportionate liability. The change aims to simplify accountability, save councils from being stuck with the bill for defective work when it's not even their fault. But Master Builders CEO Ankit Sharma has a warning for us this morning. The new model could leave homeowners exposed if safeguards are not put in place. And Ankit Sharma is with me at the desk. Good morning.
Good morning.
So what is it, just break it down for us, joint and several liability versus what we're going to, which is proportionate?
So joint and several is if something goes wrong, you go after all the parties who are involved in something which has gone wrong. And if parties are not there, they go under. Whoever is left over foots the bill, which effectively means councils are effectively the last people standing. So there could be in a scenario where a council have had a very small part to play in something which has gone wrong, but they could end up footing the entire bill, which is unfair, and ratepayers end up paying for that. So council, understandably, have become more risk averse, and things have slowed down. It's become more complicated as you go and build houses. It takes longer time. Proportionate system is looking at share responsibility. So your risk is the risk you bring to the table. So if something goes wrong, you're only responsible for what you've contributed to it.
Right.
So it's a much more fairer model. It will drive better performance. But if you don't have enough safeguards to make sure that every party is responsible for the risk and they have the ability to manage that risk, it could actually create more risk for the consumers. So you have to move to a proportionate system, which I think is a fairer system, in a way that you're lifting the standards and you're setting clear expectations for every party involved, that this is what's expected from them, and a mechanism where they have adequate means that if something goes wrong, they can pay their fair share.
Does this mean that building will become more expensive?
This should actually make building cheaper. So what this is doing is it's taking some of the roadblocks of councils taking on significant liability and then going, consenting can take significantly longer time. So if you have better insurances, every party has got adequate means and insurance and they bring to the table, and an expectation on what the good performance is, and quickly determining that who's at fault should actually speed up the process and reduce the cost of building.
Okay. You said that, with proportionate liability, the homeowner could be more exposed. How so? How does that work?
So in today's system, if something goes wrong and builder is not there, or the architect, designer, manufacturer is not there, homeowner can still go to the council, and council will go and foot the bill and get everything right. In the proportionate system, if council's share of something going wrong is only 10%, and other parties go under, homeowner is now only getting 10%.
Right.
So what you need to do is, as you move from joint and several to a proportionate system, you need to make sure all the parties bring their share of responsibility into the system. And you do that by enforcing good insurance.
So
standards.
Mandatory insurance, because this is something the government is looking at, right? They're just looking at it at this point. But mandatory insurance would mean that everybody has some cover.
Absolutely, and I think mandatory insurance and a good standard, defining a minimum standard of what that insurance needs to be. So that will provide enough safeguards for consumers. Another issue is if something goes wrong, you can go after the council today as a consumer and it will fix the issue. In the new system, you may have to go after 5 or 6 parties. So from a consumer, it could become quite complicated. So maybe a dispute tribunal or a system where consumers can go and get a quick, easy determination so they're not stuck in 2-3 years of legal process.
All right. Hey, good to see you this morning, Ankit.
Thank you for
being
having
with
me.
me. As always, Ankit Sharma, the Master Builders CEO. Thanks to our partners GJ Gardner. Time is 18 minutes away from 8 o'clock.